Have you ever looked at someone who lost a significant amount of belly fat simply by walking and wondered, how is that possible? I've been running for months and I'm still struggling. What if I told you that the problem may not be your effort, but the method you're using? Most people believe that the harder they exercise, the faster they'll lose belly fat. That's why millions force themselves to run, jog, and exhaust their bodies every week. Yet many of them see disappointing results. Meanwhile, others are quietly transforming their bodies through a simple daily habit that almost everyone overlooks. Today, I'm going to reveal 3 powerful walking rules that can help your body burn stored fat more efficiently than many traditional running routines. These rules are backed by how your metabolism actually works. And the third rule is something most people have never heard before. If you stay until the end, you'll discover how to combine all 3 rules into a simple routine that can dramatically accelerate your fat loss journey. Let's begin. First, understand this important fact. Fat loss is not just about burning calories. It's about encouraging your body to use stored fat as fuel. Running certainly burns calories, but intense exercise can also increase fatigue, hunger, and recovery needs. Walking, when done correctly, creates a sustainable environment where your body can consistently tap into fat stores without placing excessive stress on your system. Now let's talk about rule number 1. Walk at the fat-burning pace. Many people walk too slowly to challenge their bodies, while others walk so fast that they quickly become exhausted. The sweet spot is a brisk pace where you can still hold a conversation but would find it difficult to sing. This moderate intensity encourages your body to rely more heavily on fat for energy. When you maintain this pace for 30 to 60 minutes, your body enters an efficient fat-burning zone. The key is consistency. A moderate walk performed regularly often produces better long-term results than occasional intense workouts that leave you drained. Rule number 2, master your walking timing. Timing can make a significant difference. One of the most effective strategies is walking shortly after meals. A 10 to 20-minute walk after eating helps your body manage blood sugar levels more effectively. Stable blood sugar means fewer insulin spikes, and lower insulin levels make it easier for your body to access stored fat. Another powerful option is walking early in the morning, before the distractions of the day begin. This creates consistency and helps establish a routine that becomes automatic over time. Remember, the best exercise is the one you can maintain for months, not just a few days. Now let's discuss rule number 3. Engage your entire body while walking. This is the game changer. Most people think walking is only a lower body exercise. But when you actively swing your arms, maintain an upright posture, tighten your core muscles, and take purposeful strides, you recruit more muscle groups throughout your body. More muscles working means greater energy expenditure. It also improves posture, balance, and overall movement efficiency. Think of it as turning an ordinary walk into a full-body fat-burning session without adding any complicated equipment or techniques. Imagine 2 people walking the same distance. One strolls casually while looking at the ground. The other walks with strong posture, engaged core muscles, active arm movement, and intention. The second person is likely burning more energy and receiving far greater overall benefits. Now let's put all 3 rules together. Walk at a brisk, fat-burning pace. Choose strategic timing, especially after meals or at a consistent daily hour. And engage your entire body throughout the walk. When combined, these 3 rules create a powerful system that can help your body burn fat more efficiently, improve your fitness, and make exercise feel sustainable rather than exhausting. The truth is that successful fat loss doesn't always come from doing more. Often it comes from doing the right things consistently. Walking may seem simple, but simplicity is often where the greatest results are found. So before you force yourself through another exhausting run, ask yourself this question. What if the solution has been right outside your front door all along? Start applying these 3 walking rules today. Stay consistent, and give your body the opportunity to show you what simple daily habits can truly accomplish. Your next walk could be the beginning of a completely different transformation. For years, people have been told that running is the ultimate solution for losing belly fat. The logic seems simple. Running is intense, it burns a lot of calories, and it makes you sweat. Because of this, many people assume that the harder the workout, the faster the fat loss. But what if that assumption is keeping you from getting the results you want? The truth is that fat loss is far more complex than simply burning as many calories as possible in the shortest amount of time. Your body doesn't just respond to effort. It responds to how that effort affects your hormones, energy systems recovery, and long-term consistency. When you run at a high intensity, your body primarily relies on readily available energy sources to fuel the activity. While you certainly burn calories, intense exercise can also increase fatigue and place greater stress on the body. For many people, Especially beginners or those carrying extra weight, running can be difficult to sustain day after day. Sore joints, muscle fatigue, and increased hunger often make it challenging to remain consistent. As a result, many people start strong but eventually reduce their activity or quit altogether. Walking works differently. A brisk walk places less stress on the body while still requiring energy. Because the intensity is moderate, your body can often rely more heavily on stored fat as a fuel source. Walking is also easier to recover from, meaning you can do it more frequently without feeling exhausted. This consistency is one of the biggest advantages. A person who walks regularly for months is often in a much better position to lose belly fat than someone who runs intensely for a few weeks and then stops. The surprising reality is that the exercise you can perform consistently and enjoy over the long term is often the one that produces the most noticeable and lasting results. One of the biggest reasons people struggle to lose belly fat is not because they aren't walking enough. It's because they're walking the wrong way. Many people assume that simply taking a walk is enough to trigger significant fat loss. They put on their shoes, stroll around the neighborhood for 20 or 30 minutes, and expect the scale to start dropping. When that doesn't happen, they conclude that walking doesn't work. In reality, the problem is often not the activity itself, but the way it is being performed. A common mistake is walking at a pace that is too comfortable. If your body doesn't feel challenged at all, it has little reason to increase energy expenditure. While any movement is better than sitting still, slow, casual walking may not create the metabolic response needed to maximize fat burning. On the other hand, some people make the opposite mistake by trying to walk as fast as possible from the very beginning. They quickly become tired, lose motivation, and struggle to maintain the habit consistently. The most effective approach lies somewhere in between. Another major mistake is inconsistency. Many individuals walk for a few days, skip the next week, and then wonder why they aren't seeing results. Belly fat is often the last type of fat the body wants to release, which means patience and repetition are essential. Small daily actions performed consistently almost always outperform occasional bursts of extreme effort. Many people also underestimate the importance of posture and body engagement. Walking while slouching, staring at the ground, and dragging your feet limits the overall effectiveness of the activity. Proper posture, active arm movement, and purposeful strides can help recruit more muscles and increase the benefits of every step. The difference between a walk that changes your body and a walk that barely makes an impact often comes down to a few simple adjustments. Once you understand these mistakes and learn how to avoid them, every walk becomes an opportunity to move closer to your fat loss goals. Now let's talk about the first walking rule that can dramatically increase your body's ability to burn belly fat: walking at the right pace. Most people think that as long as they are moving, they are doing everything correctly. But the pace you choose can determine whether your walk becomes a powerful fat-burning session or simply a casual activity with limited impact. This is where many people unknowingly hold themselves back. When people hear the word walking, they often imagine a slow, relaxed stroll. While that type of movement is still beneficial for general health, it may not be enough to maximize fat loss. To encourage your body to burn more stored fat, you need to find a pace that challenges you without pushing you into exhaustion. Experts often describe this as a brisk walking pace. At this speed, your breathing becomes slightly heavier, you feel your heart rate rise, and you can still hold a conversation, but doing so requires a little more effort than normal. This moderate intensity is important because it allows your body to work efficiently for longer periods of time. Unlike all-out running, which can quickly drain your energy, brisk walking creates a sustainable demand for fuel. Since the exercise isn't overly intense, your body can rely more heavily on fat as an energy source, while still burning a significant number of calories. This is one reason many people find walking easier to maintain consistently compared to running. Another advantage of brisk walking is that it places less stress on your joints and muscles. This means you can walk more frequently without needing long recovery periods. The more consistently you perform an activity, the greater the cumulative effect becomes over weeks and months. A 45-minute brisk walk performed 5 or 6 days each week can create a powerful calorie deficit and support steady fat loss without leaving you exhausted. The goal is not to walk until you are completely out of breath. The goal is to maintain a pace that feels purposeful, energetic, and sustainable. When you consistently walk at this fat-burning pace, every step becomes more effective, helping your body tap into stored energy and gradually reduce stubborn belly fat over time. The second walking rule focuses on something that most people rarely consider: timing. You can walk the same distance at the same pace and for the same amount of time, yet the timing of that walk can influence how your body responds. While timing is not a magic solution, It can help you get more value from the effort you're already putting in. Understanding when to walk can make a noticeable difference in your journey toward reducing stubborn belly fat. One of the most effective times to walk is shortly after eating. Many people finish a meal and immediately sit down, whether it's on the couch, at a desk, or in a car. This habit can cause blood sugar levels to rise more sharply. However, taking a simple 10 to 20-minute walk after a meal encourages your muscles to use some of the glucose circulating in your bloodstream. This can help your body manage blood sugar more efficiently and reduce the large insulin spikes that may contribute to fat storage over time. Another powerful option is walking early in the morning. Starting the day with movement creates momentum that often influences the rest of your daily choices. People who walk in the morning are less likely to skip their exercise because unexpected responsibilities haven't had a chance to interfere yet. It also helps establish a routine, and routine is one of the most important factors in long-term fat loss success. Many people fail to lose belly fat not because their workout plan is ineffective, but because they cannot stay consistent long enough to see results. Timing helps solve this problem. When walking becomes attached to a specific part of your day, such as after breakfast, after dinner, or first thing in the morning, it gradually becomes a habit rather than a decision. Habits require less motivation because they become automatic. The best timing is ultimately the one you can repeat consistently, whether it's a brisk walk after meals or a dedicated morning routine. Choosing a regular time trains your body and mind to expect movement. Over weeks and months, that consistency compounds, creating the conditions necessary for steady fat loss and a healthier, leaner body. Now let's explore the third walking rule, and this is the one that surprises most people. The majority of individuals treat walking as a passive activity. They move their legs, wander from one place to another, and assume that's all there is to it. But if your goal is to burn more belly fat, the way you move your body during a walk can significantly affect the results you achieve. The difference between an average walk and a highly effective fat-burning walk often comes down to how many muscles you actively engage. Think about how most people walk. Their shoulders are rounded forward, their heads are tilted down toward their phones, and their arms barely move. This posture not only reduces efficiency, but also limits the number of muscles contributing to the activity. As a result, the body burns fewer calories and gains fewer overall fitness benefits. Instead, focus on walking with intention. Stand tall with your chest open and your shoulders relaxed. Keep your head up and your eyes looking forward. Tighten your core muscles slightly, as if preparing to absorb a gentle punch to the stomach. This simple adjustment activates important muscles around your midsection and helps improve posture throughout the walk. Next, pay attention to your arms. Rather than letting them hang motionless, swing them naturally and purposefully with each step. Active arm movement recruits additional muscles in the upper body, increases overall energy expenditure, and helps maintain a stronger walking rhythm. The more muscles involved in an activity, the more energy your body must use to perform it. Purposeful strides also matter. Instead of shuffling along, take controlled and confident steps while maintaining a steady pace. This creates a more dynamic movement pattern that engages the legs, hips, glutes, and core more effectively. When you combine good posture, an engaged core, active arm movement, and purposeful strides, walking transforms from a simple daily activity into a full-body exercise. You're no longer just moving from one location to another. You are creating a more efficient fat-burning workout. These small adjustments may seem minor, but when repeated consistently, they can significantly increase the effectiveness of every walk and help accelerate your progress toward a leaner waistline. Now that you understand all three walking rules, the real question becomes, how do you combine them into a routine that actually produces results? The truth is that each rule is powerful on its own, but their true effectiveness appears when they work together. Think of them as three pieces of a puzzle. Leave one out, and you'll still make progress. Put all three together, and you create a system that can help your body burn fat more efficiently while remaining sustainable for the long term. Start by choosing a consistent time for your walk. This could be in the morning before your day becomes busy, after lunch, or after dinner. The exact time is less important than your ability to repeat it regularly. Consistency trains both your body and mind to expect movement, making it easier to stay committed even when motivation is low. Remember, belly fat is rarely lost through occasional effort. It is lost through repeated actions performed day after day. Once you've established your walking schedule, focus on your pace. Avoid the temptation to stroll casually or push yourself so hard that you become exhausted. Instead, aim for a brisk pace that raises your heart rate and breathing while still allowing you to speak in short sentences. This is the sweet spot where walking becomes both challenging and sustainable. Maintaining this pace for 30 to 60 minutes can create a significant impact over time. The final step is to engage your entire body during every walk. Keep your posture upright, activate your core muscles, swing your arms naturally, and take purposeful strides. These small adjustments increase muscle involvement and make every minute of walking more productive. Rather than allowing your walk to become a mindless activity, turn it into a focused full-body movement session. Imagine following this approach 5 or 6 days every week. You're walking at the right time, maintaining the ideal pace, and using proper technique throughout the session. Week by week, these actions begin to compound. Your body becomes more efficient, your endurance improves, and the conditions for fat loss become stronger. The secret isn't a complicated workout plan or an extreme fitness challenge. It's the consistent application of these 3 simple walking rules, repeated often enough to allow your body to respond and transform. Here's a strong concluding section for your speech. As we come to the end of this discussion, remember that lasting fat loss is rarely the result of extreme workouts, expensive programs, or complicated fitness strategies. More often, it comes from simple habits performed consistently over time. That's why these 3 walking rules are so powerful. They don't require special equipment, a gym membership, or hours of exhausting exercise. They simply require commitment and consistency. Today, you've learned that walking at the right pace can help your body tap into stored fat more effectively. You've discovered how strategic timing can improve the way your body manages energy and supports fat loss. And you've seen how engaging your entire body can transform an ordinary walk into a highly effective full-body workout. The biggest mistake people make is waiting for the perfect moment to start. They tell themselves they'll begin next week, next month, or after life becomes less busy. But the truth is that transformation begins with a single decision and a single step. Every healthy body, every successful weight loss story, and every major transformation started with someone choosing to take action despite not having perfect conditions. So the next time you think you need to run harder, train longer, or push yourself to exhaustion, remember this. Sometimes the smartest approach is not doing more. It's doing the right things consistently. A simple walk may not look impressive, but when performed correctly day after day, it can become one of the most powerful tools for reducing belly fat, improving health, and building a body that feels stronger and more energetic. Your journey doesn't begin tomorrow. It begins with the very next walk you take. The question is not whether these 3 rules work. The question is whether you're willing to apply them consistently enough to experience the results for yourself. Take that first step today, and let every step after that bring you closer to the healthier, leaner, and more confident version of yourself.